watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unat Gentry. It is Tuesday, July 11th, 7/11, so make sure you go get your free Slurpees. Well, in our top story, a woman is taken hostage earlier today at the Caesars Palace Hotel in Las Vegas by a man who was reportedly armed, RJ Camacho reports.
Around 9:15 a.m. today, a woman was taken hostage at Caesars Palace by a man reported to have a gun. Both furniture and other miscellaneous items were thrown out of the window of the room the two were occupying, and the items landed in the pool area below the window. Broken glass and furniture was falling from the window for approximately an hour. During the incident, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department hosted a live stream on Facebook to update the public about the situation.
We received information from hotel security that there was a disturbance between a male and female on a tower floor of the hotel property. This disturbance ended up in the male pulling a female into one of the rooms by force. Our officers from Convention Center responded and contained the room. However, there was talk of weapons possibly being involved in this incident, so the SWAT team was responded out of precaution. The SWAT team is in control of the situation, which is isolated to that room in the tower, and there were initial reports that shots were fired in this incident. That is not true. There has been no shots fired as of this time. Also, traffic has not been affected on Las Vegas Boulevard or the surrounding area as a result of this incident.
According to an employee with the hotel, the hostage was taken on the 21st floor. Hotel guests and other floors were not evacuated, nor were their movements restricted due to this situation. A Las Vegas police spokesman, Officer Aiden Ocampo Gomez, stated that there were no immediate reports of injuries, and those within the pool area were evacuated at approximately 11:31 a.m. The man, who is yet to be identified, has been taken into custody at approximately 2:48 p.m. The woman held hostage is currently with police, and as of writing, it is still unclear if the man was actually armed.
And in other tragic news, a toddler accidentally shoots himself while reportedly left alone at home with a firearm.
On Sunday evening at around 6:30 p.m., the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department responded to a shots fired call at Eagle Trance Apartments. Upon arrival, police found that a 2-year-old boy allegedly accidentally shot himself. The Clark County Coroner's Office identified the boy as Giangelis Stevenson. The child was pronounced dead at UMC. Metropolitan Police did not release many details, though they did say that abuse and neglect detectives are investigating. Officials say that Nevada laws were reportedly broken since the firearm was left accessible for a child and not stored properly. Police are still investigating this case.
And a vehicle crashes into a laundromat's front door Monday. News 25 has this story.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
Yesterday in the early evening, a vehicle crashed into the laundromat located on Highway 160 and Postal Road. The vehicle, a red Hyundai, crashed into the front door of the business. Both Nye County Sheriff's Office and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were on the scene, and thankfully no injuries have been reported.
An Ohio teen is going to trial in Las Vegas after stabbing his mother's boyfriend to death.
A 15-year-old boy is suspected of killing his mother's boyfriend and is charged as an adult, the judge ruled this Monday morning. Tayshawn Walker was visiting Las Vegas from Ohio in January with his mother, siblings, and his mother's 47-year-old boyfriend, Justin Scott, according to a police report that the family court judge used in court. Authorities say Tayshawn was fighting with his 12-year-old brother inside that night at the Holiday Inn in Las Vegas when Scott stepped in front of the younger child. The younger boy and Tayshawn's mother went to a separate room, while allegedly Scott and Tayshawn were in the same room together, and Scott was allegedly trying to calm down the teen. Defense attorney James Robertson said Tayshawn was defending himself because Scott had allegedly put him in a chokehold and was kicking him. Robinson said that Scott had been charged with domestic battery 3 years earlier against Tayshawn, but the charges were dropped. A police report was quoted in court arguing that Tayshawn intended to kill Scott because he grabbed a knife and started stabbing him after his family allegedly heard him say, "I hate him, I want to hurt him, and I'm going to stab somebody." Robinson allegedly argued that the boy did not intend to kill Scott, although he admitted to stabbing him in an interview before he was read his Miranda rights. The teen is expected to be moved to the Clark County Detention Center and will be charged with murder in the Las Vegas Justice Court.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is seeking your help identifying 3 males relating to a shooting that occurred in Las Vegas.
Detectives with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department are seeking the public's assistance to identify 3 suspects related to a shooting that occurred on the 3600 block of West Tropicana Avenue on July 7th. Through the course of the investigation, detectives determined that 3 unknown males approached the victim outside of a nearby business. One of the suspects punched the victim several times until the victim collapsed to the ground. As all 3 suspects began to walk away, one shot the victim several times. All 3 suspects were reported to have fled the area in a dark-colored Lexus IS 250 bearing California temporary tags. The victim has been transported to UMC Trauma with life-threatening injuries. The suspects have been described as a black male, last seen wearing a black multicolored hoodie, light in color pants, and wearing a black mask. The second suspect is another black male, last seen wearing a black shirt with red shorts. And the third and final suspect is a black male, last seen wearing a white tank top and black shorts. If you have any information regarding this incident, please contact the LVMPD detectives at 702-828-3204. That's 702-828-3204. To remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers by phone at 702-385-5555. That's 702-385-5555. Or on the internet at www.crimestoppersofnv.com.
An update on a lone human skull found in the desert when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, a skull found in the desert just east of Laughlin is now identified as a missing man from Arizona.
Authorities say that they have found a human skull belonging to a missing 30-year-old man from Arizona just east of Laughlin in the desert. Mojave County Sheriff's Office said that someone reportedly found a possible skull, and after transporting it to the Mojave County Medical Examiner's Office, it was determined that the skull had washed up from recent flooding. Last year, the medical examiners were unable to identify the remains. After requesting assistance from a private company that specializes in forensic genetic genealogy, they were able to identify it as 30-year-old Jordan Carhavalo. The sheriff's office says that he has been missing since September of 2019, and due to the state of the remains, experts were not able to determine the cause of death.
2 environmental groups are suing the federal government in relation to the drilling that is to occur near Ash Meadows next week.
Last Friday, two environmental groups, the Center for Biological Diversity and Amargosa Conservancy, have sued the federal government in relation to the exploratory drilling for lithium just north of Ash Meadows, which is being conducted by Canadian mining company Rover Metals. The lawsuit in question accuses the Bureau of Land Management of failing to follow the requirements of both the Endangered Species Act and National Environmental Protection Acts, which both would have required BLM to conduct mandatory environmental reviews regarding the drilling. The cause for concern is due to Ash Meadows being a sanctuary to at least 4 endangered fish species, one such fish being the Devil's Hole pupfish, and 8 threatened plant species. These species rely on the spring water provided by the Ash Meadows Sanctuary, which could be damaged and or drained due to the drilling. This threatens the life of the species residing in the sanctuary, especially due to the fact that they are found nowhere else on Earth. Both aforementioned environmental groups are urging a federal judge to prevent the drilling of multiple 250 to 300 foot deep exploratory holes. The drilling is meant to begin on the 16th next Monday, and News 25 will keep you updated on this story.
Former President Donald Trump makes an appearance in Las Vegas over the weekend. Now in part 2 of our story, President Trump talks about inflation and salaries losing value over a short period of time since he says he left office. News 25 reporter David Preston has this story.
On yesterday's newscast, News 25 reported the 45th President, Donald J. Trump, making an appearance over the weekend to support Nevada in their volunteer recruitment for the next presidential election. Trump spoke at the Fervent Calvary Chapel in Las Vegas on Saturday, which is a much smaller venue than he is used to. Trump spoke on many issues, which include crime rate, inflation, energy, election fraud, the border issue, including men who are competing in women's sports and more. In our Part 1 story yesterday, Trump spoke on crime and the border problem. Tonight, we hear Trump talking about the cost of living and salaries losing value due to the high inflation and cost of fuel, energy, etc. going up in price, all related to Joe Biden's policies.
And your salary is getting worthless. It's getting just worse. It's going down at a level that nobody's ever seen before. We've never seen levels like this where it's going down. So you think you're employed and you think you're getting the same salary, but your salary is worth a lot less because of what they've done. And we're going to be drilling and we're going to be reducing energy costs. And then we're going to be selling our energy to Europe and other places, and we're going to be reducing our debt and reducing taxes. You know, you got the largest tax decrease or largest tax cut in the history of our country, larger than the Reagan cuts, largest ever. We're going to be reducing taxes still further, and we're going to be paying off debt. We were all set to start, and then we got hit with COVID, and we had to solve that problem, and we did. We did a phenomenal job. Never got the credit for that we deserved. We did a phenomenal job.
Tomorrow night, News 25 will have more on Trump's speech about the election fraud he claims that took place during the 2020 presidential election.
Las Vegas Metro PD is seeking assistance locating a missing person.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Missing Persons Detail is asking for the public's assistance in locating Irene Bueno. She might possibly be in severe emotional distress and in need of medical assistance. Irene Bueno was last seen on at approximately 2100 hours near the 2200 block of Tam Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada. She was last seen wearing gray jacket, black shirt, gray shorts, and black shoes. Anyone with information regarding Irene Bueno and her whereabouts are strongly encouraged to contact the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department at 702-828-3111, or you can contact the Missing Persons Detail during business hours at 702-828-2907, or by email at missingpersons@lvmpd.com.
All right, don't grab that remote. Much more local and national news right here on News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, Nye County is requesting applications for the Nevada Local Justice Reinvestment Coordinating Council.
Nye County is requesting applications along with letters of qualifications and/or resumes from stakeholders from the criminal justice system and mental health and treatment communities interested in serving the Nevada Local Justice Reinvestment Coordinating Council. The council was formed pursuant to Assembly Bill 236 to provide input and recommendations regarding various criminal justice issues and matters that are important in the local level. The council will advise and assist the Nevada Department of Sentencing Policy and the Sentencing Commission in developing data-driven policy recommendations concerning sentencing and corrections in Nevada intended to strengthen response to behavioral health needs of offenders, focus prison resources on serious and violent offenders, improve efficiency and effectiveness of community supervision, minimize barriers to successful re-entry, and ensure sustainability of criminal justice reform. The term of the appointment will be 2 years, beginning August 2023, concluding July 2025. Deadline for the application submittal is 12 p.m. July 12th, 2023. For more information, visit nyecounty.nv.gov.
Well, here's your chance to possibly dance for champions. The Las Vegas Vivas are currently holding auditions for the 2023-24 Vegas Golden Knights season.
The Vegas Vivas are holding auditions on July 13th through the 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Vegas Golden Knight officials say that registration closes at noon on July 12th. The Vegas Vivas serve as team ambassadors from dancing at games to community involvement. Some of the audition details and requirements include: you must be at least 18 years old as of July 13, 2023, and have government-issued ID. Must have some training in pom, jazz, and hip-hop with an emphasis on synchronized dance team choreography. Must reside in Las Vegas metro area by August 11, 2023, and have reliable means of transportation. All candidates must be available on July 24, 2023 for onboarding. All candidates must be available August 11th through the 13th, 2023 for training camp. All candidates must be available to begin rehearsals the week of August 13th and be available for 85% of Vegas Golden Knight home games through the end of the NHL season, including playoffs. For more information, visit nhl.com/goldennightс/fans/Vegas-Vivas.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam at Sequoia National Park. Beautiful scenery there and here in southern Nevada. Local temps after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, worldwide on the local BTV app and all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network here in Nevada. Hello, let's take a look at the weather. Fernley today, 94, 96 out in Fallon. Carson City, you got that Carson City cool going on with 90 degrees. Congratulations to the Cool Spot Award winner. Tonopah just missed the honors at 91. Goldfield in the money, but not quite there at 92. 102 degrees out in Beatty. It's an excessive donkey sweat warning going on, and if you've never smelled the donkey, can't recommend it. 108 degrees out in Amargosa. It's the Hot Spot Award again. 106 out in Las Vegas poolside. Get a mojito. And in Death Valley, 118 degrees. But here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at current temperature. 103 degrees. Whoa. 104 just a little bit earlier. Yeah, we had a hot day today. Tempered somewhat by that wind out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. Kind of felt good. Have a little breeze on the neck there as you're sweating your everything off. 5:35 this morning saw the sun rising, and we'll set tonight at 8:03. We'll look for that, and a low tonight of 76 degrees. Not too bad. Should make the pool water just about perfect as we head into the rest of the week. It's going to get a lot warmer. Oh, man, who'd ever thought? Yeah, look at this. Wednesday, Thursday, we're finally up to 105 degrees, and that's where the excessive heat warnings bell starts going off. The National Weather Service will see all kinds of heat warnings here for the next, oh, man, looks like a week. We get all the way up to 115 degrees on Sunday. Cools off Monday to 114. You'll really love the difference. And 110 on Tuesday. That's kind of heading in the right direction. You might notice a difference at 110, but yeah, strap in, get some extra water, get some extra ice if you got, a cooler, and enjoy the heat while we can. All right, back to the desk. Here's Unette.
Thanks so much, John. And despite those temperatures rising into the 1-teens, don't forget your chance to go cool off today with a free Slurpee at 7-Eleven, because it is 7-Eleven. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.